Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about the challenge Season 40, Episode 9, titled An Era of One. Last week on the challenge, after an Era 4 daily win, Rachel and Corey were sent into elimination, eliminating Derek, Kay, and Avery, and setting the targets for this week, Rachel, Ryan, Laurel, Tori, Devin, Casey, and Kyland. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist where you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing, but let's dive into it. Following the elimination, they head back to the castle, where Ryan dedicates this week as the target to helping keep his friend Rachel safe. Josh and Corey seem to have squashed their beef for now, but Corey says all of his trust is still in Nehemiah. The Vacation Alliance celebrate that they're still cruising through the game, but Bananas wants to get the Vacation Alliance into elimination to whittle down their numbers. At their daily challenge, TJ points out that they're down to 20 and have made it halfway through the game. They'll be playing
Bottoms out. Perfect.
Get on this level.
Before the challenge, they need to solve equations to earn hand and footholds. In their containers, they'll be suspended above the water, and the more rock climbing hand and footholds they have on the side of their container, the easier it will be for them to hang on. They'll be basically playing a timed endurance competition, hanging on the side of their containers over the water. The arrow with the player who lasts the longest becomes the winner. They run through their equations, and this competition is pretty fair, because while teams with more players have more minds to answer the equations, they have to get more questions right to get more hands and footholds for players. Rachel only needs to get 4, but she ends up getting 6. Rachel is up first to take on the container and uses her rock climbing experience to pick her spot. She beasts this and hangs on for a long time. Era 4 are up next, and Theo instantly falls out. They only have 2 handholds each, and Olivia, Michelle, Jenny, and Kyland fall soon after. TJ catches Josh cheating, and he's disqualified, leaving Casey as the last player standing. Era 3 are next, with Naya quickly falling, followed by Tori, Corey, and Jordan, leaving Devin as the last player standing. For Era 2, Aviv and Ryan fall instantly, followed by Derek, Bananas, Kara, Laurel, and finally Nehemiah. TJ announces the results, announcing Rachel Fitness as the winner with a time of 14 minutes, and Era 3 were in last place, meaning Devin and Tori will be heading into elimination, and Rachel will decide between Ryan and Laurel and Kyland and Casey who will join them. Was I the only person cheering on my couch when Rachel won this challenge? I lost my mind. Back at the castle, everyone is suddenly up Rachel's butt. Rachel wants to play the game and get offers so she can set herself well in the game moving forward. Apparently Josh and Rachel are friends back home, so Era 4 tasks Josh to convince Rachel to keep Casey safe. At the club, Casey campaigns to Rachel, and Rachel admits to Kyland that while Ryan is her best friend, she doesn't feel like Ryan and Laurel can really help her out in the game right now. Rachel then talks to Laurel, and Laurel makes a deal with Rachel to protect Rachel in the game, especially if it becomes individual. Back at the house, Rachel is wearing an elegant top and breaks the news to Josh that she's leaning towards saving Laurel and Ryan. They head to the deliberation where Devin and Tori plead the fifth and don't campaign. Ryan tells Rachel that she's his ride or die, and that she would have been safe had he won. Laurel again offers a deal to keep Rachel safe. Kyland and Casey offer the entirety of Era 4's help, which doesn't even make sense because they have an alliance with Era 3 and the Vacation Alliance. Afterwards, Rachel and Ryan celebrate taking a shot at the Vacation Alliance. Rachel breaks the news to Kyland and Casey that they're going to elimination. Era 4 gets really annoyed with Josh about this, with Michelle and Devin confronting Josh, telling him that he should have bossed Rachel around and strong-armed her into choosing Era 2. Laurel eavesdrops and thinks they sound stupid, and I agree. I'm usually not Team Josh, but the Vacationers are being so petty and childish here. They head to the elimination where Rachel announces Kyland and Casey as her official picks to join Devin and Tori. They'll be playing Cable Connection Showdown. They have to light up their challenge logos on the wall by untying cables and making connections by plugging them into their plug board. There are some plugs that can be switched and be wrong, which may make them have to rearrange them. Starting with the men, Devin and Kyland get started, and Devin says he doesn't untangle his own cords at home because he's well off and has paid help to do that for him. So Kyland takes a quick lead over Prince Devin in the untangling and gets all of his done way before Devin. Calculator Kyland is eating all of his plugs and doesn't get it right at first, but he arranges and gets it right, winning the elimination and eliminating Devin. So we say goodbye to Devin here, who has clearly gotten a huge ego inflation since he won the show. He used to be a lovable underdog and a funny guy, but I feel like he's lost his sauce somewhere along the way. At the beginning of the season, his story revolves around his relationship with Michelle, who's way out of his league if I'm honest. Is anyone shipping these two? I've always loved Michelle, but his negativity must be contagious because this all culminates in the Vacation Alliance getting so full of themselves and being just awful to the other players. With Devin being a huge leader in that toxicity, this episode especially wasn't a good look for him, where I was just like, this guy is such an asshole, as he flips off Kyland before the elimination, says he pays his housekeeper at home to untangle wires for him. He's marketed by the show as a great competitor, but I still feel like he's overrated and has won some pretty easy challenges and eliminations to pad his stats and give him a big head. The proof is found in the pudding here when he completely flops in this elimination that wasn't even that hard. I'm glad he lost the elimination and I'm over him. I don't want to see him again anytime soon. Next are Casey and Tori, Tori, they get started and are both untangling with urgency. Casey untangles her first set first, with Tori close behind. On the second board of plugs, Tori overtakes Casey and they both buzz in and start making corrections. In a nail biter, they both buzz in and for a moment it's unclear who won, but TJ announces that Tori won and eliminated Casey. So we say goodbye to Casey here, who had a pretty light storyline this season. There wasn't much going on for her besides her being a member of the Vacation Alliance and as always being friends with Josh. In this episode, we saw her relationship with Josh being strained, with she and the others being so hard on and unfair to Josh. I'm so over the Vacation Alliance, and not only do I not want to see the drama between them on TV, I don't want too many of them to be cast at once on any given season, as their steamrolls are especially not fun to watch. While Casey is a great physical competitor, she's really boring TV, and I wouldn't notice her absence if she doesn't come back anymore. Also, this elimination feels like karma for her calling Jenny a rookie in the last episode. At the end of the episode, TJ announces that it's time to switch it up and says that from now on, it's an individual game. The elimination winners still need to pick 3 targets each week for next episode. So Tori picks Derek, Ryan, and Johnny, and Kyland chooses Rachel, Aviv, and Jenny. I love this switch up. I think the season was starting to get stale. They should have done this 2 weeks ago. I'm really excited for the back half of this season, and I kind of hope they start doing single elimination episodes. But that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Rachel's win and Devin and Casey's departures. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back next week with more challenge. Until then, have a nice weekend. Bye.